It was the mash. It was the monster mash. They did the mash. It was a graveyard smash. They did the mash. It went off in a flash. They did the mash. Actually, I just thought of that as the timer was counting down. I would have liked to have given you a better song, and I can't think of one on the fly. So, whatever. Your screen's probably small right now. This video is from Cuz Joe. Kuzjoe. And if this guy is subscribe, click the bell. If this guy's channel is the same guy who's in this video, this guy knows what the hell he's talking about. I personally fought. Okay, and the ticket in the video is called Red Light Camera Appeal. Sir, I don't have to offer you any reason why I find you guilty. This video is unbelievable. So I should go to landscape mode now, and you should have full screen. Anyway, I fought one of these, but I didn't fight it the way this guy's fighting it. I planned on fighting it the way this guy's fighting it, but I sent the cop who signed my red light ticket 2 letters saying you cannot prove it was me and don't waste any more taxpayers' money. So finally, when I went to court after they arraigned me and said, we could fine you up to $500 if you don't take this deal right now. They go to like 1 or 2 stages of trying to get you to surrender or take a plea deal. And I rejected all of them. And finally, when I went to court, the cop didn't show up and my case was dismissed. Anyway, mine was in an actual courtroom. This guy is in like some redesigned daycare or something, trying to fight for his constitutional rights for an unconstitutional traffic infraction, a red light ticket. I'm going to interrupt this video, so if you don't want me interrupting, go watch the original, like I said in the beginning. And here we go.
I'd rather not have a video. I don't mind audio, but
Can I video myself then?
Okay, first things first, right away, a government employee does not want transparency. Judges and government employees and cops and politicians, if there's one thing they hate is a camera where they don't have control of the camera and who's controlling the camera. Any type of objective record that's out of their control, first red flag you hear from a tyrant. I don't want to be recorded, or I don't want to be on video.
I just need a record, because there was no record at the last hearing I went to.
This is a court of no record.
This is a court of no record. Why? Why in this country would there be a court of no record? Who decides that? I thought we were supposed to have open, transparent government.
We record this whole room for
The Sixth Amendment affords me the right to face my accuser. I'm also entitled to a trial with the jury of my...
Sir.
Your accuser is a camera, sir. Did everyone hear that? His accuser is an inanimate object. So basically they're claiming the victim of his crime is an inanimate object. Or the accuser.
The camera letter was signed by Officer Lourdes Torres under affirm and affirmation. I have her badge number if you could call her in.
The cop's not even there. This is even more messed up because she's supposedly the witness, and the only thing she witnessed was a video. And it gets worse because, oh, by the way, in Tampa, the 2nd District of Tampa ruled red light cameras and camera tickets unconstitutional. They record, a company in like New Mexico takes the recordings, and then someone in New Mexico uses their legal opinion and sends the video back over to a Tampa PD, and then they got some schmuck cop who puts their name and badge number on there as if they witnessed some type of crime go down. So in the 2nd District of Tampa, it was ruled unconstitutional, but in the rest of the districts, they still do it. Isn't that awesome? So if you want to be free from red light camera tyranny, you have to never leave the 2nd District of Tampa. And I'm sure people are going to say, well, they make things safer. Actually, they don't make things safer, because once people are aware that they're there and they see a yellow light when they should have went through safely, they'll stomp on their brakes and make everyone behind them stomp on their brakes. They're actually less safe. Stop with the propaganda, okay? You're just spewing government propaganda.
There's a after traffic court appeal.
May I read this into the transcript?
No, we'll put this in your file. This exact duplicate of what you.
May I read it too?
The whole thing?
Sure.
What relevant section are you looking at? Which numbers?
I want to read the whole thing because none of this exists in any type of transcript or record.
But we have, the record is the paper itself. We will put this in your file.
So if I requested the transcripts of today's events through a Freedom of Information Act, it will have all this information in my case.
This will be in your file, in your case file.
All right, then I'll go on. Your Honor, my intention today is not to testify. I would like to make a motion. I request dismissal because the pictures do not show beyond a reasonable doubt that the named person on the violation was driving the vehicle. I also...
All right, that's very important. They have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are the person who committed the infraction, so to speak, because there's no crime. No one was damaged. Nobody was hurt. Could someone have been hurt? Yes. Could someone be hurt anytime, anywhere? Yes. Did anyone get hurt? No. If someone got hurt, should he be in court and arrested? Yes. If he was at fault. Did he hurt anybody? No. So he's saying you cannot prove it was me. What they do is they take a picture of the back of your car and your license plate. And then they send you a ticket claiming your car went through this red light. Here's the video. Here's the link to the video. And then they'll say on the ticket, if you're claiming this wasn't you, you must tell us who it was. You must surrender your Fifth Amendment right and incriminate either yourself or somebody else. That's what they actually write on the ticket, which is so ludicrous. It's unbelievable.
Request to have my $35 ransom returned as it was used as a deterrent to having my day in court.
Okay, so
now, this judge, of course, is going to be completely clueless to what he's saying because, first of all, she's foreign. Secondly, I don't know how tightly she grasped the concepts of the Constitution she swore to uphold, preserve, protect, and defend against all enemies, foreign and domestic. She's like a foreign domestic enemy.
If you do not wish to testify, the only thing we can do is we will have the hearing here as... we always do on the day that we have the light camera. And so this is an appeal from the City of Philadelphia Office of Administrative Review for Parking Authority. Since you do not wish to testify, so you do not wish to be sworn in today?
You're asking me if I want to testify against myself.
So you do not wish to. So I'm not going to...
See, I would be blowing my stack, and I can tell that this guy wants to blow his stack because what the judge just recommended to him was so ludicrous and so against American core principles of law. She's like, so you don't want to testify? Basically, again, you don't want to incriminate yourself? And she keeps pushing him to incriminate himself. And this guy's like, are you asking me to incriminate myself? And you'll see, now she starts judge-splaining. You'll hear it.
So, but I'm going to testify, so you do not wish to be sworn in today?
You're asking me if I want to testify against myself.
So you do not wish to. So
Correct.
I'm not going to swear you in.
So you do not wish to. No, I do not wish to incriminate myself. That's your job. You're making the claim.
I am going to swear these people from Philadelphia Parking Authority. Philadelphia Municipal Court Traffic Division is in session. We're having a hearing. Please raise your right hand. Please swear from the testimony you're about to offer is the truth. Thank you.
I don't know who she's swearing in right there.
Okay, on February 16, 2014, red light camera detected this 1996 Toyota disregarding a red signal. This is your answer, but we're going to show you the images. First image, the vehicle is in lane 1, which is right here. The lights are red. And the vehicle's behind a stop bar.
So what they do is they show a picture of his car with his license plate going through a red light, okay? And so they're having a trial on his property. Like, his car's not sitting in the chair. He is. So at what point are they going to prove that he was the one who committed the infraction? You can't charge a car with a crime. You can charge a person with a crime, and then you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that they committed that crime. And what they're relying on is people to just come in, and I'm sure the majority do. If they come in at all, come in, try to get a reduced plea, or just pay the ticket. No, thank you. That was 850. I think that was Tallahassee, too. I'm sure it was a robocall. But they try to get people to come in and incriminate themselves. And the judge is like, what's this guy talking about? He doesn't want to incriminate himself. What's wrong with this guy? Doesn't he know how the program works?
Photo shows the lights were still red. Vehicle passed the stop bar, crosswalk, proceeding through the intersection, and lights were still red. And the last is just a crop of the license plate for this vehicle.
So you're showing me a picture of my car and I have to pay $100 for this photo. I request dismissal because the picture do not show beyond a reasonable doubt that the named person on the violation was driving the vehicle.
Now that's pretty plain as day to me. The named person on the citation or infraction or whatever that nonsense BS is, the person named on your paperwork has not been proven to have committed this infraction. Now the judge, watch the judge, listen.
Okay, so you decide, are you testifying now that is your defense that you,
I'm making a motion for dismissal.
No, he's not testifying that's his defense. He claimed he didn't want to testify. He's not making a defense. He's motioning the court to dismiss the case because there's no evidence that the named person on the paper is the person who committed the infraction. You guys have not presented any evidence of that, especially beyond a reasonable doubt. You've provided zero evidence of it, and especially not to a reasonable doubt, to a legal degree of certainty.
The person is not you. Could you show, see, there are three defenses to this red light camera.
Now the judge is going to tell him what his defenses can't be. Well, there's three defenses. In other words, you can't defend yourself any other way except the three ways we've decided that you can defend yourself. Listen to this crap. It's all going down in some refabbed nursery over here.
Is that you are not the operator of this vehicle. So if that is your defense, you need to show me that you are not present. You are not.
You're telling me I need.
That is not his defense. He is not making a defense. He filed a motion to dismiss the case because there's zero evidence that he is the one who committed the infraction. Zero evidence. I got to go back 10 seconds because something important is coming up here.
Prove my.
To this red light camera, which is that you are not the operator of this vehicle. So if that is your defense, you need to show me that you are not present. You are not.
You're telling me I need to prove my innocence?
Right. The burden has shifted to you because their burden.
The burden of proof has shifted to you. What? What? What did she say? The burden of proof has shifted? How?
Is that this is what
In a
I'm
court of
showing.
law, I am innocent until the court proves me guilty. That's factual determination for the court to make. You're asking me to testify against myself and admit guilt, and I guess you won't have a job then.
No, I didn't ask you to admit a guilt. I'm just asking you that burden has shifted to your side to show that you are not the driver of this car at the moment.
According to the statute that this red light enforcement is written, defenses, the city of the first class Philadelphia may not require the owner of the vehicle to disclose the identity of the operator of the vehicle at the time of the violation.
Yes, sir. I have that too also. Exactly. That's
Exactly what? What do you mean exactly? You may not make him disclose the operator of the vehicle, whether it's himself or someone else. That's the Fourth Amendment. And the Fifth Amendment, self-incrimination. And he said that to you, and you're acting like you're within the law, and you're not.
true.
So with the picture you're showing me,
No. That's second to what happens first. First is you're saying that's not me.
I didn't say anything. I'm asking the court to prove that it was me.
If your defense is that you were not in operation, in control of this.
That's not his defense. He hasn't made a defense. He's filed a motion to dismiss the case because the court has zero evidence that he committed the infraction. Again, this is judge-splaining now. She's just manipulating and bending the law and judge-splaining. She's not going by the law. He's got the law in front of him, highlighted, and she's judge-splaining around it. This is incredible.
Vehicle. You have to tell me maybe you were someplace else, show me a stub of maybe vacationing or you were at work, something like that. You do not have to name who the...
You have to prove to me where you were at the time of this incident. I don't have to prove you guilty. You have to prove yourself innocent in America. Oh, nice. Thank you. By the way, go to John's Coin Rings on Etsy. If you'd like a beautiful coin ring, I think I just sold one. All right, my phone's doing a lot of stuff. Where was I? Sidetracked.
You could have given your son to drive, your wife to drive. You don't have to name who is the driver, but you do have to show me that you are not the driver.
That's a lie. And he just told her, and he just showed her the law. You may not force... Oh, my God. The code. She can't even follow the unconstitutional code. He's even following the unconstitutional code. He's got the code highlighted, and she can't even follow the code.
I believe the court has to show that I was not the driver. You're the one that pulled me in here and told me that
I'm here as a fact finder to see.
My intention is not to testify. My motion is I request dismissal because the picture does not show beyond a reasonable doubt. This was signed by an officer, Lourdes Torres. Had she had pulled me over someday, we could have this discussion because she would be my accuser. My accuser here is a camera.
Exactly. If you were issued citation, you would have a day in traffic court. And
that's what I thought I was getting today.
Well, this is
extortion then. There's no way to fight this ticket.
Well, if you want...
That's exactly what it is. Exactly.
If you want to contest this, you would have to contest to the Harrisburg, to the lawmakers.
He's contesting it right now, right in front of you. You can't prove it was him. The law is a sham. It's a Ponzi scheme. You're just throwing tickets out there. You know the majority of people are going to pay for them. And if anyone like this guy has the nerve to go to your kangaroo Mickey Mouse court, as he calls it, which is beyond true, then you'll just act like the law's legitimate when it isn't. Because you don't even know yourself.
We're here.
Why would I have an appeal to go in front of another hearing master that does not, that the laws of evidence don't even exist here?
Sir, you're contesting to the fact that officer didn't issue a ticket. Had you been
pulled over... An officer signed this ticket. She's not here.
Pulled over for going through a red light.
And when my officer didn't show up, my case was dismissed. So she ain't even showing up to this romper room. And the whatever hearing officer, foreigner, still won't dismiss the case.
3-point and fines.
You're mixing apples and oranges. I received a citation. It is signed by an officer, Lourdes Torres, right here. She signed it. It says, oath and affirmation. I affirm and certify these images. So let me talk to her. She's saying that this is me. My name's on this $100 ransom note for a picture of my car.
Is that the red light, the lights were inoperable and functioning, and she's testifying to the fact that this
inoperable means not functioning
is in accordance with the regulations. That's what she said, certifying to. It's not that she was a witness to you going through the red light.
Are you going to dismiss this ticket, or do I need to appeal to go to in front of a regular judge? That's what I was hoping would happen today. I could get in a real courtroom. The laws of evidence would apply, whereas here they do not. You told me I'm guilty until I prove my innocence. I've never heard of that. Yes, you did.
I did not, sir.
Yes, you did. You said you have to prove to me that you didn't commit this infraction because you were somewhere else. You have to prove to me, is what you told him. Oh, my God. Again, this is no better than a fry cook at McDonald's. This lady could not cook you an order of fries, much less administer law. Oh my Lord.
That the burden shifts from this side to that side. I'm a fact finder here to try to say
the burden of proof shifts from the plaintiff to the defendant. Am I hearing this?
Has the burden been met?
The fact is right here. There's a picture of the car, and I'm meant to pay $100 for it. My response is prove that that is me. Show the evidence that that is me. I'm the one that has the name on the citation. My name on there. That's a picture of a car.
Okay,
Is there any proof that it was me? If there's not, this needs to be dismissed immediately.
I'm just going to read you the statute. Defenses. Number one, it shall be defense to a violation under this section that the person named in the notice of the violation was not operating the vehicle at the time of the violation. The owner is not required to name who the driver was, but
The owner is not required to name who the driver was.
it is the burden person on you to tell me that it's not you.
Is the word may there?
And this is the person named in the was not. There's what may.
It shall be defense to the violation that the person named in the notice of the violation was not operating the vehicle at the time.
Correct. And you may not be required.
The owner may be required to submit evidence that the owner was not the driver at the time of the alleged violation. That means they may not as well. May is a vague term. The next sentence is clear. The city of the first class may not require the owner of the vehicle to disclose the identity of the operator at the time of the violation. That's clear. The first sentence is vague. The word may also means may not.
Exactly. I didn't ask you to name who the driver was. Did I ask you to name who the driver
Yeah, you are. You're trying to say prove that you weren't the driver.
was? I did not.
I'm asking you to name who the driver was. Then, if not, then we need to dismiss this. I'm being billed $100 for something that there's no proof that I was involved in.
Correct. That should be the haymaker knockout punch right there. I'm being charged $100 for a crime I have not been proven guilty of.
Sir, one. Was 96 Toyota, is this your vehicle?
Yes.
And the JLG
I wouldn't even answer that, but he does.
402, the tag is your tag.
I'm not disputing the vehicle. I'm not disputing the picture. I'm disputing the charge for my name for $100 for a picture of my vehicle.
Okay, if your defense is that that's not you, then give me something.
No, he's not making a defense. Again, for the 5th time, 6th time, whatever. He's filing a motion to dismiss because you have no evidence that he committed the infraction.
So I can...
Once again, you're asking me to testify and give proof of my innocence. That's not how the court of law works. This is some kind of Mickey Mouse course for this red light camera traffic.
How can I make a fact determination here if you don't give me any proof?
How can I make a determination if you don't incriminate yourself? You can't! That's the whole point. Case dismissed. Unless you have evidence beyond a reasonable doubt and to a legal degree of certainty that he's the one that committed your code infraction, then you should dismiss the case. You're hanging yourself and don't even know it.
They gave me a proof.
There's no proof of anything. It's a photo.
It's your car.
It's a photo of a car.
And there's a red.
It's proof that his car went through a red light. His car. Should he drive his car into the Mickey Mouse court romper room and you could cross-examine the car? Are you trying to steal $100 from the car? No, you're trying to take it from him. So prove he committed your code infraction or dismiss the case. This, again, people say, hey man, why are you fighting on the side of the road? You should just take it to court. This is what happens when you take it to quote-unquote court. That look like a court to you?
Right, and your car has
Once again,
proceeded into the intersection. That is the proof that they have met.
my argument is
Sir, I find you guilty. I don't have to offer you any reason why I find you guilty. You are guilty of going through red light.
Sir, I find you guilty, and I don't have to give you any reason why I find you guilty. You're guilty of going through a red light. Even though no one's proven his guilt. No one's proven that he's the person who went through the red light. No one has proven that. She's committing treason, basically.
Since you do not help me to determine that this is not you, which is...
so the laws of evidence do not exist in this room, is what you're saying. I am guilty until I prove my own innocence.
Sir, you have not given me
based on a
evidence.
photo. Okay, this is a slippery slope we're going down here.
Okay, I find you guilty. You may step out.
So the foreigner who swore an oath to the Constitution doesn't even follow the rules of court. What does she think she's doing in this place? She thinks she's contributing to American society? Anyway, I like my method better, but I like this guy exposing. He really exposed what this is. Socialist, fascist, communist, it's all the same thing. What this country's turned into. Good job, dude. Go watch the original without me. What else? Subscribe to my channel. Hit the thumbs up button. Join if you want to join. Click the bell notification, etc., etc., etc. John's coin rings on Etsy. Christmas is coming up. Buy one of my rings. They're awesome. All right. Peace. And no victim, no crime. Have a good day.